Hello, I'm Elgato, welcome back to the video. So I have some pretty exciting Minecraft updated aquatic news to share with you all, and it is to do with the Minecraft Bedrock betas, because we did get to see an early preview stream of the next beta that is coming out at some point in the next week or two for Minecraft on all Bedrock platforms. And the really exciting thing about these streams is we actually got to not only, hear about how the new water will work directly from the guy who's been working on it himself, but we also got to see gameplay of the new oceans, the new water texture people have wanted for so long, and also we got to see a couple of other little secret things such as the heart of the sea and the Nautilus shells, stuff like that I wanted to explain, talk about, and go over in today's video, as well as a bunch more. Hopefully you all do enjoy it. Like this if you do like seeing early gameplay for, betas and snapshots and stuff, and it helps out the channel, lets me do this sort of thing. I'm going to keep on seeing it, but let's get straight into the first thing I think you need here, which is Tanner Pearson, who's the developer who's been working all this sort of stuff, his explanation on exactly, like how the new water works and what they've done to it, because I feel like it explains everything in a really kind of succinct way.
Well,
So let's
what
go.
I did with the water is we increased the transparency of it and made it so that the color changes based on what biome the water is in. Yeah. And so that goes for both the above watercolor and the fog underwater as well. We also moved out the fog distance underwater, so you can actually see what's down there, and as you go deeper underwater, it does get darker, and during nighttime, it will also, in cloudy weather, it'll be darker underwater.
So that's a really exciting thing to hear, in my opinion. And by the way, I'm going to be here in the corner just for a little bit, because obviously this is a live stream where there's face cam. It's really confusing to see people talk about hearing it. So I'm just going to have my face cam in the corner here just to explain it. And if you've never seen me in the flesh before, then here I am. Hello. I talk my hands too much. I'm IVX and today we're not here to talk about my hands. We're here to talk about the update aquatic and some of the stuff that he just said and why it's so important. Because now the oceans look like this when you're swimming around. As you can see, again, we've got gameplay in the background. I'm going to be showing you a bunch of new ocean stuff because I'm fascinated and enthralled by this. This is how Minecraft Bedrock water will look, and presumably, not guaranteed, but presumably how Minecraft on all platform water will work as well, which is a really, really big deal, a really, really big change, because it means you can see much, much further. They decided to kind of change the default water texture to make it a little bit more transparent, so not only can you see through it better from the surface, but they also increase the view distance underwater, which means you can see it better when you're underwater, by default at least, because, again, like you said there is bigger penalties for when you're further down underwater, so, again, in my opinion, that makes sense. It matches how real life works. The deeper you go, the harder it is to see stuff. And then the second kind of thing to bear in mind there is that not only is the deeper you go, the harder it gets, but at nighttime things get harder too. So again, if you're exploring the ocean in the day, no longer do you suffer this kind of unfair penalty for the whole water being equal. In the day, you'll see a fair amount, like you can see right here, and that amount increases as you're underwater. Basically, you can see a whole bunch more underwater now, and the underwater experience is much more pleasant. Not only because they've changed the kind of fogginess effect under the water itself, but because they've changed the texture of the water itself to look pretty good, in my opinion. Again, Minecraft Bedrock water or Minecraft Pocket water has looked pretty, let's just be honest, it looks bad, it looks garbage, no one likes it in the current update, whereas in this next update, it looks significantly improved. It looks like, again, it looks like some form of HD texture pack or something like that, and that's a really cool thing to have included in the default Minecraft. So yeah, water has changed pretty significantly, and that's a big deal, and again, I feel like you have to keep on seeing it to believe it, because the way it blends with other biomes, really impressive. The way all the different stuff works, really impressive. The view from even just above the water, like you can see right here, really impressive by itself. And let me just show you, by the way, this is what it looks like when you go from biome to biome. It's a really, really smooth fade. You can clearly tell where one biome is hot on the right side, and you can see where it's cold on the left side. I hope I got that right, but you can clearly see where the divide is, but you can't see the exact line, which is wonderful, and that makes it even more wonderful when you find stuff like this. Speaking of exchanges, by the way, because in the stream we saw that polar bears now officially spawn in the iceberg biomes, but we also got to see quite a few other interesting things, in my opinion, such as the fact that you'll be able to slide through 1x1 gaps. That's an official feature they've added into the game, at least for now, at least. So yeah, 1x1 holes, again, they existed on the Java edition for a little bit, then got nerfed, then kind of exist now. They are brought into the Minecraft Bedrock version, so they're presumably an official feature. Super exciting, really like that one personally. They also confirmed a few other things, such as, the maps are going to show new water. There's a few things you'll see in the stream, but let's talk about the two big things, the two big mysteries of this update, the things that get me really excited, because it is, you know, the Heart of the Sea and the Nautilus. So in this stream, as well as showing a bunch of other stuff, again, you're seeing in the background, what we also saw was we saw something called the Heart of the Sea. It looks like this. Again, it looks like a blue ender pearl. Whether that's going to stay or not, I don't know. But it's an item which they, you know, basically, presumably will find in the chest, because we've seen a butcher server a week ago. We found in the game code that they said Nautilus would be spawning, and like basically the game code for the loot tables for the underwater ruins said that, yeah, so and the underwater treasure ships would sometimes spawn the Nautilus. There was just no Nautilus in the game. Now that seems to exist, and as well as that, we also have something called the Heart of the Sea. So, sorry, yeah, we have the Nautilus shell. So Heart of the Sea and the Nautilus, you know, shell. Both those things really interesting. We've seen them, but we don't know anything about what they do, and therefore it raises the question of what are these features all about? Because new water, that's exciting. That's what this next beta is all about. But also, there's going to be two brand new things in this update that we have no reference for. They probably have something to do with each other because they're coming in the same beta, but maybe not even that. One of them is ender pearl looking, so maybe it has some kind of use. And in my opinion, you know, like, because I googled both of them, because I honestly, I'll be truthful with you, I don't know what like, if Heart of the Sea was a reference, I wouldn't get it. But if you Google Heart of the Sea, it's a movie which came out in 2015. It's based on the story that inspired Moby Dick, apparently. And the reason that's a big deal is because Jeb is naming this update after a movie. You know, the Life Aquatic with Steve Wisow or something. Basically, because Jeb likes movie and he's naming the whole update after a movie or referencing a movie, maybe that means Jeb is adding the Heart of the Sea as a reference. Again, you can see it, maybe you can't see it, but it's a thing that be happening. Maybe it allows you to, you know, like bring something back to life. It makes sense because it looks a bit like an end pearl. Again, I think personally the best possibility is a potion, but we just don't know on that one. And then we also have the Nautilus shell. Like a Nautilus is this weird like sea mollusk or something like that. It's like not quite an animal, it's not quite a creature, it's this weird in-between area you find underwater. And you know, what is going on with that? Do you have to kill Nautiluses to get it? We don't know. What will the Nautilus shell do? We don't know. Again, presumably potions, like the easiest answer is like, oh yeah, you can brew it into something, but where do you get these things from? What they do? And all we know so far is they probably come from underwater ships based on those loot tables, and they probably do something water related because it's the updated aquatic. But we don't know for sure, and that's why I want to ask for your opinion in the comment section down there. We need to work out what this is, and my best theory is like, I don't know, maybe you find them and they make potions, and you know, because it's something that can bring stuff back to life, the Heart of the Sea, maybe that's like a thing you can put and it can make stuff. That doesn't even make much sense though, you know. And the Nautilus shell, maybe it gives you like a defense potion, but even then, it's like we have the turtle shells, so Nautilus shells gonna do something really interesting, I imagine. Heart of the Sea gonna do something interesting, and we'll have to find out what those interesting things are in the next Minecraft Bedrock beta, assuming those weren't accidental shows-offs and they're for much later, and they're meant to be secrets, because again, there's stuff like the dolphin they haven't revealed, maybe deliberately. So anyway, with that said, I hope you'll enjoy this video. Let me know what you think about both those items, because again, I've done as much like digging and thinking as I can. Like all morning I've been thinking like, maybe because it's like an underwater ender pearl, there's gonna be an underwater dimension. No, that's ridiculous. That doesn't make much sense. So yeah, you're gonna need your comment section down below to help me out on this one. And like this if you liked it, share if you really liked it. Make sure you turn on notifications. Yeah, hit that bell. I wish I had like a physical bell around here. You know, this is a piece of metal. You hear that? It sounds like it sounds like plastic actually. But anyway, hit the bell because that's how you tell YouTube that you maybe want to see my videos in the future, and maybe that's a thing you want to do. Anyway, that said, hope you all enjoyed it, because I'll see you all later today for a video about the bedrock render distances, because that's also pretty bonkers right now. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.